Hello there, and welcome to the ultimate compilation where you will get some of the most awesome LEGO builds, weapons, and useful devices, along with some ideas to kill your boredom. We'll also test the endurance of LEGO bricks and LEGO motors, so stay tuned until the end of the video. We are starting off our video with this amazingly mind-blowing LEGO build of the Peugeot 9X8. You don't have to be a racing enthusiast to know about Le Mans. I can certainly say that Le Mans is among the best racing events in the world. Let me explain. Le Mans is an endurance race that goes on for 24 hours and is held every year in France. And to celebrate 100 years of Le Mans, the LEGO team decided to go with the theme and build a life-sized Peugeot 9X8 in just 24 hours. So you could say that this was an endurance build. This was not an exact copy of the real Peugeot 9X8, but an upscaled version of the miniature model that LEGO had already launched back in May of 2022. The bottom line is that they broke the miniature model down into individual pieces and components and then upscaled them 11 times. They put everything together and there you go, a life-sized Peugeot 9X8 is ready. Although the set was put together in just 24 hours, the preparation that went into this project was surely much more intense. Next up, we have another LEGO model. This time it's a fascinating model of the Super Yak Galactica. The build itself is quite extraordinary, but I would say that the process is much more satisfying. This is a 2-meter scale model of the Haitian Project Cosmos by the Haitian Yaks. You yourself can make something like this with the correct planning and patience. Well, the next project is not the most practical one, but the notion is quite nice. You see how most fans make a large amount of noise? Well, the goal is to reduce that noise by as much possible. The go-to way to pull this off was going frictionless, and the most suitable method of going frictionless is to go magnetic. You kind of get the plan by now, so you can do this in 3 steps. The first step is making the axis for the fan, and since you want a levitating and silent one, simply put magnets on both ends and put it on the base. The second step is getting the switch ready. This guy used a reed switch for this simplicity. Like I said, this is not the most practical device, but will be fine as long as it works. So a reed switch correctly placed near the axis can send just the right amount of impulse to make the axis rotate. The third part is setting up the base and the power. Now all you have to do is put everything together and try to run it. As I said, this is a simple build that works. The fan speed is not high and the axis can come off the base easily, but hey, it works. Coming up is another awesome LEGO build, but this time, let's do something fiery, like a weapon. And what would be better than a mega tank? Well, nothing is better than a mega tank. And even better, let's equip the tank with a rotating turret, a powerful gun, and a laser sight for the high precision we need to carry out the missions without any hindrances. Was that too much? I don't think so. Let's start off by building the base, then move on to the gun. For the gun, we have a pretty powerful one that is mounted on a rotating turret capable of 360-degree motion for better aim, and lastly, let's not forget the laser. And there you go. The mega tank is ready to demolish the enemies of the LEGO world. I know I shouldn't be telling you this, but you can probably take over a country with this tank by your side. But I prefer if you keep the peace. Moving on, let me present you with the ultimate question. Can a LEGO motor pull a car? Well, you are going to find out today if that's possible. Do you guys remember the quote by Archimedes? Well, it goes like this. Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. In a similar concept, if you use the right pulley system and a base to set the pulley, you could lift the world. So why can't you pull a car using the right gears? Well, the simple answer is you can. Let this guy prove it to you. All he used was LEGO motors and LEGO Technic parts. The first set of gears was in the ratio 125, 1 and the second set in 375, 1, and with some hit and trial, adjustments, and redesignings, and the final gear ratio of 208. 1, we reached the conclusion that you can indeed pull a car with LEGO motors. Part of the reason is that LEGOs are high endurance, and the other part is that science is cool and can make miracles possible. Well, the previous clip was about how much can LEGO pull. And while we are on the topic of LEGO endurance, here is another question. How much can LEGO lift? Interesting, right? So let's find out. Starting off with just a linear actuator and a motor, we can go up to about 680 grams, but with the help of an extra motor, we can increase the load up to about 1.9 kilograms. Now we have already used another motor, what else can we do? A simple solution would be gearing down. So let's make an upgrade and move to 25, 1 in gear ratio. What you are seeing is a simple pulley system that can lift up to around 2.8 kilograms. Let's upgrade to a scissor jack system that can lift around 7 to 8 kilograms. Another upgrade would be the double rack system, and you can lift up to 35 kilograms with it. That was for the experimental part, but like I explained earlier, science is cool, and according to science, you can lift any amount of weight as long as you are using the right gear ratio and the right motors. How cool would it be to take your LEGO builds on an actual incredible adventure? Well, this man just realized everyone's dream and made an RC Lego Technic boat to explore the sunken city of Epidaurus. The boat is intriguing in itself, but what's more intriguing is the adventure site. Let me tell you more about it. So near the beach of Kalymnios, under the Acropolis of ancient Epidaurus, lies the ruins and remains of a Roman village from the 2nd century. And you lose signals at the site, so this man built an RC boat equipped with 3 cameras and a drone that can take flight from the boat to explore the remains of Epidaurus. The possibilities with Legos are just endless, and even more with the right Leo Technic parts, like this launch roller coaster built with Legos. Start off by building the roller coaster vehicle, which can hold up to 20 minifigures. Next up, we need to set up the launch mechanism. As we know, a launch setup requires a large torque and power, so we use a gear ratio of 5, one which should give about 10 miles per hour speed without any load. Next up, we need to set up the track, and our launch roller coaster setup is ready. While on the topic of some amazing and functional Lego builds, this one is a must mention. This 4x2 chassis has almost all the features you would see in a real one. This right here is a real wheel drive with axle differential and steering support. This is as practical as it gets. This comes equipped with some high-quality and well-tuned shock absorbers. Basically, it is a miniature Lego version of an actual chassis and works in quite a similar manner. Next up, we have an awesome Lego automatic gun with a very simple design. We have someone by 4 spring-loaded shooters just mounted on a track to make an ammunition belt. The size of the belt can be varied according to your liking. You can go crazy with a 150 bullet design. You can rotate the belt manually with a crank or automate everything with an A motor. Admittedly, the loading takes time, but the launch is quite easy. Lego L motors are at the core of any Lego Technic build. But how strong can they get? Well, this guy will do all the testing for you. At first, he put 8 Lego L motors together and geared them together to run one main gear. Then he reinforced everything to make it sturdy altogether and adjusted the gear ratio to get maximum torque at output. It may not be the strongest motor, but it is quite strong. The entire setup weighs around 2.9 pounds and can lift around 20 pounds, which is heavy if you don't know. And finally, let's end our video with this awesome functional sniper rifle built with Legos. This rifle implements the design and working of an actual rifle with Legos. This has customizable shoulder rest and flip-up sights. It is equipped with a shell mechanism. Basically, it can shoot shells and has a built-in shell ejecting mechanism as well. The magazine can hold up to 6 rounds at once. You could equip it with more ideas like a laser, a functional zooming scope, or a knife at the end like those old-school rifles. And with that, this video comes to an end. This world is full of wonders and fascinating inventions which we bring to you on this channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We see you next time here at Wonderlane.